That's right. Look at him up there. How many regrets do you have?
Cheers and welcome in, guys. It's jBahr, your favorite mustachioed VR content creator, and today we are going to be talking about the Pimax Crystal. I've been wanting to give you my first impressions about the Pimax Crystal since I just started using it, so today is really not meant to be a full detailed review of the Pimax Crystal. That will come later on after I give it a really good test, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you see when that comes out as well. And I do want to let you know I did get this Pimax Crystal sent to me for free in exchange for this content. I'm very happy about that because it does boast a $1,600 price tag. And before I start giving you my first impressions, I want to let you know what kind of hardware I'm dealing with on my main computer. I'm running an i9-12900K, an RTX 3080, and 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM. In regards to setup, it wasn't too bad setting this up with the software. It did take me a couple of tries. I had some issues with connectivity, which after just unplugging and replugging things in a couple times, I did seem to get it to work. And since then, I've been able to get it to work consistently, so I'm very happy about that. I do plan to do a deep dive into the software at some point, but right now updates are still coming out for it. So I think a lot of things are going to be changing in the near future. And when it comes to comfort, I did want to note that this thing is 845 grams. And if you speak American, that means it's almost 2 pounds. So kind of heavy for your head. However, I will say during some extended play sessions and streams that I've done with it, it hasn't really like strained my neck or anything like any more than my Valve Index would. I actually find it to be pretty comfortable. It's got a big battery casing in the back here, so it does actually seem pretty well balanced. I don't really feel like I'm straining myself by wearing it. It's just heavy. This does also have two different gaming modes. It has an all-in-one mode and a PC VR mode. It might be hard to see here, so I'm going to try to show you. There's a switch right here that switches back from all-in-one mode to PC VR mode. You just got to flip it back and forth, and then the headset restarts and sets you up in that mode. However, I've not really tried the all-in-one mode much. I kind of jumped into it a couple of times, but there are some more updates that need to come out for it before it's really usable for me. But for the PC VR mode, I have actually been having a lot of fun with this thing. In the software, I have it set to 120 hertz, and I did just have to make some adjustments to the local dimming levels. With local dimming on, things look absolutely amazing, but I just have had some performance issues with it, which it sounds like they're working on. But once I made some adjustments to the local dimming mode, essentially disabling it, the performance was great, and I was still seeing the absolute monster amount of clarity that you can get with this thing. And it really gives you that crisp look because this has QLED displays in it, a 5760 by 2880 resolution, which is 2880p per eye, a field of view of 125 degrees horizontal and 140 degrees diagonal, and that combination just seems to really make things pop in VR. There is also eye tracking, which means it can take advantage of foveated rendering if certain games support it. The eye tracking also has this really cool feature where whenever you put the headset on, it will make sure that you have it aligned correctly so that it's level with your eyes, and then it will also automatically adjust the IPD so that you get the clearest picture possible, which is really cool. There's motorized lenses in here. You don't have to adjust the IPD manually or anything like that. It just does it. It's like magic. My initial streams with this, I just hopped into some of my favorite games just because I wanted to see what that did for me. And really the best way to describe it is wow factor. I found myself whenever I was hopping into, say, Pavlov or Tabor or Half-Life Alyx, just kind of stopping and looking around because you just notice that your surroundings are a lot sharper. Me being a personal fan of shooters in VR, aiming down sights and actually being able to kind of get your sight acquisition and get your eyes lined up almost felt easier just because you have that sharper picture. So this made it really easy to just kind of get lost in the environments around you, even though they're ones I've been in before in my Index. Half-Life Alyx was especially a bit of a trip for me as there's so much detail in their textures in that game, and I just kind of caught myself looking close up at things, playing around with them a bit more, and then stopping and staring at the world around me. So for a VR set, I mean, I would say this is definitely an enthusiast type of product. I don't think just the average person out there is going to be spending $1,600 on a VR headset just to play some VR games. But if you have been into VR and you really are trying to take it to the next level, this is a pretty good headset. You know, I think there are updates that need to continue to come in to improve performance on it and just improve the ease of setup in general. But overall, I'm a fan. And I do plan to continue using this during most of my streams. So if you want to catch me, I am live on Twitch, TikTok, Kick, and YouTube on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays starting around 8 p.m. Central Time. And sometimes I throw in extra streams here and there. So make sure you're in my Discord to check those out as well. I think some of the next things I really want to try out with this is some of the sim type games like racing or flying. I would really like to jump into Elite Dangerous myself. I was a fan of Elite Dangerous a ways back in VR, so I think having the extra fidelity and clarity here will really blow my mind. And it's a very popular headset amongst the sim communities, so I want to see what that's all about. I am looking forward to my next adventures with the Pimax Crystal, so if there's anything you want to know about this, make sure you comment below and let me know, and I can make sure I cover as much as possible when I do my fully detailed review video on it. But for now, cheers, and we'll see you on the virtual side.